Welcome to episode 6 of the 40 Keys Budget Challenge. This is our last episode, so I'm having mixed feelings. Our time in the 40 Keys is coming to an end, but we sure did maximize our time here. We've been budgeting, but honestly, we have not been keeping track of how much we spent so far. After episode 3 in Key West, we're really nervous that we've gone overboard with our budget. We'll find out together in this episode, so stick around for the ending as we share the behind-the-scenes drama, the planning and budget breakdown, and maybe some bickering as to who spent what. But first, let's go to a few more places before we make our long trip back to Texas. Warmer out there.
It's good. Actually, this ain't. Watch out for that hole.
You know, we can just plop in our seats. I plopped too.
Yeah, I didn't mean to plop quite so hard.
Our budget challenge is done. How do you feel?
Relieved.
Anyways, we are going to go over all of our spending and see if we spent under our $500 budget or if we blew it. And the funny thing about this is I know because I had to crunch the numbers, hence the phone, and he doesn't know yet.
No idea.
So what are you thinking? Do you think we made it?
If I just go by feel, I think we maybe made it. Just barely, though.
Okay.
I think we just barely made it.
Okay. I'm personally really worried about our day in Key West. We blew a lot. And we did not daily crunch numbers. We were in the Keys for 12 days. And our goal was to spend less than $500 and do, what did I say, about 20 activities. But we were like just going with the flow, and we did not push ourselves to get out of the RV park if we didn't want to because it was so gorgeous. And a lot of stuff you don't see. So we're going to go over that also, and maybe we'll argue about some of our spending.
Let's do this.
Okay, so here we go. During episode 1, we did a lot of stuff around the park. So I feel like we did really, really well on episode 1. The Fiesta Key Tour obviously was free.
Yep.
And that's why we plopped ourselves in that beautiful spot. The pool was free.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you spent $30 on firewood.
So, listen. The firewood, I had no idea that was going to count towards the challenge. We were there with some friends, and they had a soul stove, and we were burning fires every night. And it is not cheap getting wood in the Keys. I had to run up to Fort Lauderdale for work. So I was like, what a perfect opportunity
To spend $30 on
to
firewood.
purchase some firewood at a value. Yeah.
So you
Firewood.
spent $30 on
I
firewood.
spent $30 on
Okay.
firewood.
That's what I'm hearing. All right, Bass Pro. We love looking in the different Bass Pros. And all those are so awesome. And luckily we didn't spend anything.
Yeah.
I would have spent about $200 because they had some stuff on sale.
Yeah.
And they had some educational stuff. They actually had a shark that is remote controlled and swims in the water.
Oh, yeah?
Which Owen happened to get for Christmas.
That's awesome.
So I love that. And the coconut entertainment, we don't even really talk about that, but I was actually out there looking for a manatee. I saw one manatee booty the entire time
Yeah?
at Sombrero Beach, and I barely knew what I was seeing by the time it left. So we were there actually looking for manatee and ended up finding some coconuts and almost getting a free coconut.
Yeah. That was pretty hard. Owen had found one, then Quinn wanted one. So, I thought I could knock one out. They're not as easy to knock down as you would think. The footage doesn't show it, but I actually made contact with several of them several times.
Yeah. All right, so episode 1, $30. Not bad.
That's not a bad start.
All right, episode 2, we did 7 Mile Bridge, which was free.
That was probably one of my favorite
Me
activities.
too. Yeah.
Getting to take our skateboards on there was so much fun.
Yeah.
Our friends, they had those electric bikes.
Yeah.
And that was so cool.
I kind of want some.
Yeah. I just thought it was really cool that the kids could ride along with them. Right? That was a great
think
free
we
activity.
would have spent money at that Pigeon Key at the end if we weren't on the budget.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, Pigeon Key was a little steeply priced either way.
Yeah.
There definitely sounds like there were some cool, interesting things there. It may have been worth a check. And yeah, if we were alone and maybe if we weren't on a budget, you're right. We may have been like, let's do it. We're only here once. So.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
we're very much so we're only here once kind of people. So
Yeah.
I think I would have spent the money.
Yeah.
And I think I probably would have been disappointed, but I would have done it to know what it was like.
Well, they said there was like some kind of shark.
I know, but is it cool?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sounds suspicious.
If y'all have been there before, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, Pigeon Key. I want to know. All right, Bahia Honda State Park, $8.
That was a deal. Yeah, we went off to the right. It was great. I mean, we had a great time, but so at the end of that footage, you saw us go off to the left, and that area was super cool. Much more like beach-like, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a beach over on the other side we were at too, but this was a vast beach, nice shallows. Looked like people were hunting for stuff out there. It looked fun.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, we ate home lunches, right? I put that down as free. And the reason we put it down as free, obviously food isn't free. We didn't just like find lunches, but we include that into our monthly budget for food. And we actually prepared ahead of time by stocking up with food before we went to the Keys. So we made sure to buy our about 2 to 3 weeks worth of groceries before we got there. So we heard that food was expensive there. And when we went to Orlando, it was like $8 for a bell pepper. And I was like, it can get more expensive.
I mean, honestly, we went to the Publix down the Keys, and it didn't seem like it was
that expensive.
Yeah, much more expensive than anywhere else in Florida we've been to. So
yeah, I agree. But you even got your big old boy brisket before we went down there.
I did get that big boy brisket before. That was a Costco find.
All right, and then stickers, $6. So the stickers I got Bahia Honda, $6. And it's like high quality stickers. I'm interested. We're about to do our taxes. I wonder how much I spent in stickers. I look at our door and I'm like, this is a very expensive door.
It's an expensive door before you put the stickers on it.
I told him when we move into a house, I want that door installed in our home. And then I looked it up and I didn't realize they were like $1,000 for an RV
I don't
door.
remember.
It was something like that. I was like, I still want it though. Episode 2, $14. We're doing great.
Yep.
We're doing great. And just like in our own fashion, we think we've been so good. And so we just go on a total spending spree.
A lot of these activities, I didn't get to go participate in because I was working all week long.
Yeah.
So I was stuck in the RV while they're going out doing activities. I got to go take breaks and go. Luckily, we were right by the water. So I'll go to Sunset Point, hang out for a little bit, take a little break. But when they go off and do activities, some of them I didn't get to go to. So this was the first weekend, and it was Key West.
Yep.
And I was just excited. But Key West is also, on top of that, the most expensive spot probably in the Keys.
And I think we did a really good job.
I think so too.
Our snorkeling adventure was $114.81, and
bad.
you literally cannot beat that. When we were in Orlando, we bought snorkeling equipment for all 4 of us for over $300, and it didn't even fit our faces.
Yeah,
so
we thought we would buy some nicer stuff, and it did not work out.
before we got to the Keys, right? I thought I was going to save us money, but no, the snorkeling thing, $115, and it included
alcoholic beverages. I don't think there was any snacks.
I don't think so either.
No, it was just drinks and alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages, which is still cool.
Yeah. But the biggest part was it included all of our snorkeling equipment.
Right.
Which is huge. Yeah. So that's awesome. And snorkeling was interesting.
Snorkeling was interesting, yeah.
I'm still traumatized. So what you didn't see is there were hurricanes brewing non-stop. So if you want to like Google it, it was like November 2024, obviously. And it was back to back to back to back, like hurricane.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, this one's going to come straight for us, it said. And it did a total U-ey and went off to Mexico?
I don't
Somewhere.
know, but prior to that, there was Hurricane Helene, which
Yeah.
devastated South Carolina.
And we were
Yeah.
in North Carolina
Yeah.
at that time and supposed to be in South Carolina.
Right. And luckily we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Then we were heading down to Orlando, and Milton was coming, so we stopped and stayed in Savannah.
Yeah, and it got the very edge of us.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And so we waited a week. We heard that the Thousand Trails in Orlando was clear. We went down there.
Yeah.
And so when it was time to hit the Keys on our way down there, actually once we got there, that's when there was talks of another hurricane. I don't know too much of the details on that one, but yeah, I think you're right. It was projected to come down and like make a hook U-turn, but I think it really dissipated, or it just went really low.
It went somewhere else.
Somewhere else completely, right?
Yeah. I think we did a really good job on our snorkeling, even though it was a big chunk of our budget. And we got to go with our friends. We couldn't say no to that.
It's a big activity, and yeah, I mean, big activities cost big money, and considering we're on a $500 budget, we didn't do a lot of big activity. That's really the only one really big costly activity we did.
For sure.
So I think we did good.
What we didn't do good on is the merch. Why did we buy so much? We just got in that store and it was just small enough and cute enough, and we're like, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's our normal spending.
The problem
That snuck up on us. Quinn didn't go with clothes.
That was problem one. Problem two was she was willing to haggle.
Yeah, she did say a lot of it. Like the shirts were $5.
Yeah. I don't know how much we spent there, but in reality, from me thinking, I think it was almost over $100 and something worth of stuff.
In the store.
In the store.
So the hat was $27.
Yep.
Chapstick was $6. So that's already like $32. The Red Bull was free. Thanks, Vu.
Thanks, Vu.
Owen's sun shirt was $31. And then the two Sebago girl shirts were $10.
Yep.
About $75 in merch there. Which I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we still did spend.
I get it. No, I'm not saying that we did not spend a lot. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize it was that much.
But getting on the boat, our home lunch was free.
That's a win.
That is a win, considering we spent $158.91 at the restaurant.
But honestly, it wasn't terrible, but I wouldn't go back.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't recommend it either, I guess.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have like 3 appetizers, right?
The appetizers were probably the best part, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
You know, I got my crab cake. I'm a happy camper because they had good tea.
Mm-hmm.
They asked me about my allergies, which was really nice.
That was
There's a lot of
big for you.
pineapple-related things
I will
there.
give them props for that, for sure.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I feel comfortable all of a sudden.
So yeah, we spent way too much money there.
Yeah. Then we visited their store, and luckily we only spent $13.40 on stickers.
And these stickers were because we hadn't gotten our Key West stickers yet.
You got your gross cigar for $11.14.
Oh my God!
And it wasn't even $11.14. They overcharged you.
Yeah. No, it was $11. No, that's what they charged us. I thought I was buying a $5 cigar.
Yeah.
And that's why I was okay buying that. I was like, okay, this doesn't look like a great cigar, but it's $5. Let me give it a try.
Yeah.
And that was probably my biggest regret as far as the purchase goes.
You were so annoyed.
I was so annoyed.
And then they charge you double.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Someone's skimming off the top.
Yeah, we just got ripped off.
Yeah.
That's it. Pay attention, these small vendors, when you're out there.
And we think that happened twice while we were out there.
Yeah.
And we just now signed up for, we're adults now, so we signed up for text alerts to say exactly how much people are charging you.
Yeah. So we get a text message immediately, so we can start dealing with that.
So we would have known and been like, what?
Yeah.
It's $5 for a cigar. What's the other $7 for?
Right.
Okay, moving on. Parking. I so did not want to include parking because, I wasn't a part of paying for parking, so in my mind it didn't exist. And it was $40.45 for the whole day.
So Key West was meant to be initially a let's go snorkeling and let's go home. What it turned into was a whole day event, which meant parking turned into a whole day event. Luckily, I paid through the app and I was able to just extend it. And which meant all my extensions, I didn't have to just keep paying the 10. It capped at $40 for the whole day.
Well, it turns out our truck was too long for that space.
Yeah.
We really mathed it out. in our truck, as you can see in the episode, is like a foot or two longer than what they allowed there.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any
We didn't have
issues.
any issues, though.
And honestly, I didn't expect that the spots would be small. Like when we went to DC and a couple other places, yeah, I expected New York City. I expected to not be able to park there. I didn't really think about it till we were entering Key West, and I was realizing how close together and short all the spaces were, and how everyone's driving like a bike or a moped or something like that. All right, so for that day, how much do you think we spent for the day in Key West? You're trying to math it out. I suppose you could.
$200.
What? Okay.
$180. $180.
But it was 115 for snorkeling
Oh,
and
shoot.
160 for dinner.
Oh.
That's all right. I'll tell you.
Okay, yeah.
$413.92
At Key West alone?
one day,
How?
because we spend like that, and we actually thought we were being good. That's the scary part.
Okay. How much?
$413.92.
Wow.
42 cents.
So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and revert my last, my initial.
No takesy backsies.
All right, let's go through this. Come on,
All right,
what's next?
so in episode 4, and luckily a lot of it that held me back was the water was so dang choppy, and I was so scarred from that boat trip.
Yeah.
That I didn't want to go parasailing or anything like that, right? And then I had to drop you off in Miami and pick you up in Miami, and that's a 2-hour drive from Fiesta Key.
It was a nightmare.
So actually it ended up being almost a 3-hour drive, because Miami is awful to drive in. Like I should have walked.
It was, yeah. It was 2 hours for her to get me there, but on the way back, it was 3 hours.
3 hours. So the kids and I spent 5 hours, and then knowing I was going to have to pick you up from the airport also. Yeah. One time I just gave up, and I was like, just get an Uber.
Yeah.
And we're going to park here, and you just Uber to us.
Yeah, so they went to a park and played or something, and we
yeah, I just couldn't do it. Our kids are so good in the
They
car,
are.
And I just felt bad back to back like that, but whatever.
Yeah.
No regrets. So when Chelsea and Blake were there, we did fishing, Crane Point Park. We smoked the brisket, which is a whole event in itself. Yeah. And we smoked the brisket, and 10 people ate it. So it's a meal for 10 people. And we spent $61.22 on the brisket. And then a lot of what you don't see is every night we're doing like potlucks with friends. So we didn't really spend that much money on food. Then we did Crane Point Hammock, which was $30. I mean, we had a lot of fun. You actually weren't there.
Nope.
The fish pedicure was so cool. I love seeing all the parrotfish. We spent a long time there.
Yeah, y'all were gone most of that day, actually. So,
worth it. Then we went fishing. Bait was $8.
Yep.
That was at the Publix.
Yep,
right?
We bought some squid over at the Publix. I mean, we didn't even use it all, honestly. We gave it away at the end because we were done fishing.
Yeah, and that little fishing spot at Fiesta Key is really cool. People were out there all the time trying to fish for sharks. Some people caught their own lobsters and ate them. Like, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was pretty. That was a fun spot to do a lot of things. I mean, we hung out there a lot. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I didn't foresee us wanting to spend so much time at the park.
Yeah, we typically don't spend that much time at the park. If we do, sometimes we do some fun, like normal activities, but most of the time we want to go explore. Yeah. And this park made it to where we didn't really feel the need to explore as much.
For sure. Yeah. And then we said hanging out with friends, priceless. Yeah. It really is priceless.
That was
one thing
very
about
enjoyable.
Doing all these different adventures, I did not expect to have so many people around that we love so much.
It made it a lot funner. I will say that. It's a lot of fun hanging out with just the fam, but having great friends along with the journey makes it just that much more fun too.
And we're not really mushy people, so this is a new feeling for us. We're usually like by ourselves doing our own thing, and then if people come into our life, cool, but it's like fleeting,
For sure.
But no, we've really come to love some people in our RV circle, so that's nice. All right, so that day we spent $99.22. The brisket was most of it.
How much did we spend? $99?
And 22 cents that day.
Ooh, it's not looking good for our budget.
It's really racking up.
Yeah, it is.
If you can do math, you know we blew our budget, but like how much, you know?
Yeah.
I guess if you can do math and you've been watching the other episodes, you already know how much before we know how much.
You know, the funny part is we did not tally any of this up.
No.
We were finding out when y'all were finding out. When we released those videos,
Yeah.
that's when we were finding out as well.
We're like looking at our bank statement. Yeah, we're like, wait. Oh, okay, that was how much? All right, type it in. But this YouTube thing has been fast and furious.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't know, I've been having fun.
Yeah.
But figuring out how much we spend is kind of wild.
Yes.
So, all right, episode 5, we did Robbie's Pier, we did Sombrero Beach, and we bought some stickers. So Robbie's Pier and Bait, we spent $17.50.
It's not bad.
That's not bad. That's a once in a lifetime experience. That was honestly me holding the camera. I didn't even know how to work our camera yet. We just got it. And it's like keeps looking up at the horizon, and I'm like trying to like protect Quinn from getting pecked because they were pecking us and biting us. And bit Owen down his finger and bit Blake. And so I know. So I just wanted to bite Quinn too because she's little, and they were all like trying to swarm her.
Yeah.
What a thing.
That footage was wild. That's
was
why
wild.
it wasn't the best footage for sure. But I think it portrayed the reality of it.
Yeah, it was,
just
wild.
chaos.
Yeah, I wish I would have known how wild it was.
Yeah.
Last time we went during the summer, and I guess the pelicans aren't really there during the summer.
Yeah, I wonder if they migrate north because they are migratory birds. So.
Yeah, we found that.
Yeah, found that out.
Found that out. Yeah. We got stickers there for $10.32.
Yep. So, all right, what else do we got here?
All right, so the stickers are $10.32. Sombrero Beach parking was $10. And that's where I saw the manatee booty.
Oh,
so the kids were like swimming with manatees, basically.
Oh, really?
But we didn't like really see them like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is that? What is that? I saw it 3 times, just a flash.
Really?
And took me a little bit to like figure out what it was.
Yeah, it was still a little early in the season for manatees.
Yeah. I didn't get
just
to
barely.
see them. So now I'll have to go back one day because
For sure.
I didn't see some stinking manatees. Because I picked you up from the airport and Chelsea and Blake went to my manatee spot, go to Cow Key Marina, right outside of Key West, and they saw, I don't know, 8 or 9 manatees. They're just like using a water hose and just showering the manatee, and the manatee's loving it. Yeah. So,
that's cool.
Super jealous, but I'm also happy for her. Okay. So that day it was $37.82.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Okay. And what you're not seeing is every morning we're going for runs, bike rides, going for walks with the sunrise. Every evening
so nice.
we're doing potlucks. We're hanging out at the fire. We're reminiscing with friends. Like we were truly busy from sunup to sundown, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like that whole 2 weeks. Very busy in the best way. And you're maintaining your full-time job.
Yeah.
And I have my business. So we're still like, we do work.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We should do a whole episode where we're just working. Just show how boring that part is.
I think that wouldn't be very entertaining.
Would you watch? All right. Episode 6, which is this one, our Sunshine Key tour was free.
Yeah.
I was very interested in what Sunshine Key looked like because if you're part of the 1,000 Trail system and you pay for Encore like we do, those are really your 2 parks you pick from. You pick from Fiesta Key and Sunshine Key. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, Sunshine Key is so much better. And it was fine. Just the vibe. Like when we got there, it just felt different. We didn't stay there. So,
The spots were definitely smaller in Fiesta Key. We know that.
Were they though? Because I walked some of them out.
I guess there are spots just as small at Sunshine.
You're right.
But there are bigger spots
available
at Sunshine.
Yeah. So. It was pretty. And it was free to tour. I just pulled up and gave them my driver's license, and they gave us a little sticker, and we drove around the park.
I think it was actually a day pass they gave us, right?
I think it was a day pass, so we could have swam there. I didn't like all the road noise, though. I personally wouldn't really choose, but Fiesta Key didn't really have a swimming area.
No.
So I guess if it was summertime or something, I probably would have wanted to swim there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the road noise, I wouldn't want to stay right there, but if we were
Yeah.
just going to swim or whatever,
You're right.
our kids are loud enough as it is.
Right, we wouldn't even notice. All right. So we went to John Pennekamp State Park, $8.50. And I really feel like most people go there because they're going to get kayaks and they're going to go somewhere. I think we need kayaks and we need adult bicycles.
What fun toys do you recommend for the West Coast? Just be doing the West Coast, so if y'all have done the West Coast areas, so let us know what your favorite toys are so we can kind of figure out what we might want to get.
And the spots we have to go to. But it was entry to the park for the whole car, so $8.50 per vehicle, which is super sweet.
Yep.
And their little aquarium where we got a neat one-on-one tour with the volunteer, and they really took some time to tell us everything, and she was super funny, super nice. I really liked her. And that's what made that special. If she wasn't there, I wouldn't have felt like it was as special. She actually let us go behind
That's cool.
in the aquarium and see the puffer fish. So that was really neat. We got to do the trail and the entrance to the citrus farm, and we saw a lot of people swimming. So $8.50 per vehicle. I feel like we underutilized that, but I'm still pleased with it, bringing us to a total of $8.50 for the day.
And that was
Sunshine Key Tour.
Okay.
And John Pennekamp State Park, which is actually very upper key. So if you're just in Florida and you want to dip into the Keys,
Yeah,
it's
like
right
Fort
there.
Lauderdale, Miami area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would guess it's about 45 minutes from Miami.
Probably, yeah.
All right. So total spent full 12 days.
Here we
It's
go.
really 14 days, but 2 of those are travel days, so I'm not going to count those. So for 12 days, over 16 activities that we recorded.
Okay.
Right, because we did other things.
Yes, there were a lot more activities than we recorded. What do we do? Come on.
We spent $602.
Oh.
And 96 cents. I think we did great.
I'm not even mad.
Yeah.
It was a challenge for sure. It was fun though, and I really do not regret it at all.
No regrets.
We may have lost the challenge, but
Yeah.
we had a great time.
Because what would we have taken away? Brisket?
Nothing.
No. We had a blast.
Yeah.
You would have taken away brisket?
I mean, I'm saying I guess we could have gotten away without. the
Okay,
brisket.
so what I wouldn't have purchased was all the stuff at...
Well, dinner.
You're right. We just
It's
wouldn't have done dinner. So that's our total, $602.96 for 12 days in the Florida Keys. I don't even know how many keys we went to, but I feel like we fully explored Upper all the way down to Key West to the most southern point,
To
right?
the most southern point, and it was great. No regrets.
If you haven't noticed, we are not in the Keys anymore. We actually waited several weeks until we recorded this. So Mark's literally just now finding out with you how much we spent. And now we've traveled over 1,000 miles all the way to Texas. So that will be our next video. I hope y'all come along with us for the ride. It's pretty wild.
It's not a budget challenge.
It's not a budget challenge.
No, but it was a great moving day video. It's going to be fun. I think y'all are going to really enjoy this one.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited
we're excited
for
about
it.
this one.
More excited than the Keys challenge.
But yeah, it's chilly out, so
Yep.
it's time to wrap this up. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along on our journey. We'll see y'all. Bye.
Bye.
What?
So sorry, there's a turtle. I was just really excited to see the turtle. Okay, go again. Look at him, he's just chilling.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. We did not live up to our challenge, but I guess you lose some and you win some because we are leaving the Florida Keys feeling like winners as we reminisced about all the places we got to experience. At the end of the day, we spent drastically less than what we normally would have, And there are tons of free places to visit in the Keys that I wasn't originally aware of. Just maybe avoid big ticket items like dinner in Key West, or maybe just don't order 3 appetizers, or let a baby pick your meal for you. Thanks for watching. Follow our family on our full time traveling journey for more adventures and let us know what spots in the United States we can't miss. We can't wait to hear from you. I'm not 5, okay?
Yeah.
It's like super cold.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just slightly above freezing, so.
Yeah. We are done with our Florida Keys challenge, and we are going to reveal how much we. And that dang flag flapping around.
Okay.
Weird. Oh, you missed a button. Oh, you only have one button. Why do you only have the bottom button?
All your old lady hairs are like frizzling.
Wow, rude. Super rude. Those little ones?
No, you have a bunch at the top. It's like.
Rude. Okay, can we start this
Let's do
already?
this.